child, that time of the year. If you're in the NBA 2K, I want to get you the sigs, the jump shots, everything you need to go out there and have an advantage on your competition. Go over to NBA2KLabs.com right now. Use my code BASHWORLD, and I'm going to save your money, and you're going to have this top secret stuff. I'm telling you, you're going to have the sauce, all right? I got you. Lock in. Yes, sir, man. Welcome back to my channel, man. Firm handshake, as always, man. Listen, man. I hope you locked in on family. I hope you locked in on life. I hope you locked in on your homework. I hope you locked in on NBA 2K26, man. Just period, man. Being locked in is very, very important, man, out here, man. You got to be locked in. 2K26 is actually, we are enjoying it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there enjoying it. I am enjoying it. I'm streaming long hours on Twitch every day. Well, every other day, you know, a lot. Put it like this. A lot more than normal, you know what I mean? So come through if you're trying to run. You know, I'm always community hooping, you know what I mean? Come out here and get with Big Daddy Bash, you know what I mean? But listen, the shot erasers, sharpshooters will be making today, all right? So I want to give you ideas and templates for you to be able to go out there and be great. That's all this is about. I want you out there, and I want you to go out there and be great. Not, you know what I mean? So if it works for you, you know what I mean? But the shot eraser, sharpshooter, there's a couple things I like about this build, all right? So we're going to make it at the small forward, though, okay? The height going to be 6'9", the weight going to be 235, the wingspan going to be 7'1". There's a couple things I like and a couple things I don't like. Let's clear that up, you know what I mean? But I'm going to give you the idea. Hopefully it sparks something. You're like, yo, maybe if I do this and I switch that, I could do this, you know what I mean? So let's get to it, all right? So I keep mine on detail view. Y'all should know that by now, even though it don't matter. You might be a new subscriber. Detail view allows you to see your body type. So I'm able to see what my body type is: firm for this build, muscular, and burly. Okay, so always do that, all right? Now, I already said this wingspan is 7'1", the weight is 235. I believe I said all that, all right? You can see it on the screen too as well. Now, I already cooked this bad boy up. One of the things we're going to start off first with is the shooting, all right? I like the shooting on this build. It's pretty solid for a 6'9". You know, in my opinion, there's some things I like about it. Mid-range is at 84, but you got space to go up with the build. You know what I mean? If you use your cap breakers, the three-pointer is at 84. You know what I mean? So, and the free throws at 80. So you got dead eye on bronze, and you got set shot specials on silver. You got post fade phenom on gold. You got shifty shooter on bronze. So entry level bronze. But you got set shot specialist on silver. Now, 84. Remember, if you take your mid range up to an 89, you can get gold set shot specialist. You know what I mean? Or if you take your three-pointer up to an 89, you can get gold shot specialist. But if you, let's say you use your cap breaker for 1 on your three-pointer, you'll get dead-eye silver. So let's say you just want to use 1 cap breaker here and pin it up to silver, right? So now you got dead-eye silver, set shot specialist silver. Remember, you got your max +1, right? So use your max +2, pardon me. Your max +2, you can use it on dead-eye, silver, or set shot, which I would probably do set shot specialist. So if I'm using max +2 on there, I'm going to gold, and then I'm going to Hall of Fame. That's what we're going with. So set shot specialist should be Hall of Fame right there out the gate. Whoop-de-whoop, boom, boom, boom. That's right out the gate. That's what I would do with this build, me personally, all right? Now, also, you got your badge elevators too, so you got to remember that too and all that, but your max +2, I would use that there. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Because the shooting going to be pretty solid. You know what I mean? You got you a little Hall of Fame, you know what I mean? Set shot special, you got dead eye silver. If you want to, you can use another max 1 there too, but that's if you want to. Or if you just want to use 5 cap breakers and you know what I mean, pick that bad boy up to an 80, which I don't think it goes up to an 89. Let me check. No, it doesn't go up to 89. So you can only get silver right there, but so I would definitely use a max +2 on there. So that's where you have with your shooting. Now, as far as your passing, break starter silver, diamond gold, versatile visionary silver. Now, I have a problem with this now where 76 used to be the spot. So if you out there making those builds, I'm telling you right now, 87 is where you need to be at now, because I feel like they did something in the game or something might have changed, or you know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? But 87, I love passing them at 87. I don't really like it at a 76 anymore, or you know, I'll deal with it. You know what I mean? We can deal with it, but this right here is good. If you want to, you can use 5 cap breakers to get the break starter up, you know what I mean, and really have that goal. But right there is pretty solid, but 87 is where you want to be at, in my personal humbled opinion, but that you can pass the ball right now, so you're not lacking passing. You know what I mean? So let's go to the defense. You know what I mean? Now, interior defense 82, perimeter defense 74, steal 70, block is at 88. Right on this build, I'm automatically putting my paint patroller up. I ain't gonna lie. No, matter of fact, I ain't gonna cap the out. I'm probably gonna put my challenger up. Yeah, I think your paint patroller good. Your challenger is entry level bronze. That needs to go up. You know what I mean? Now you can't cap break that out. Well, you can. That's what I'm saying. You can. You got cap breakers. But right off the back, I'm using a max +1 to turn that challenger into silver, right? So now you got movable force, silver, off-ball pass is silver. You got on-ball minutes, entry-level bronze, pick dodger bronze, whoop-de-whoop, right? So that's what I'm doing right there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely, my challenger gotta go up. If you can get it to gold, I'd be fired too by using a max +1 or, a badge elevator there, or, you know what I mean, however you want to work it out. But you gotta have the defense on this game, because defense is kind of like super important and it's lacking, you know what I mean? So glove, entry level, interceptor, entry level bronze. You know, if you want to get the silver, you can use 3 cap breakers. I would definitely do that. 3 cap breakers, put it right there. You know what I mean? That's if you want to. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. You never know. On your steal, you use a couple cap breakers, because we can't see the cap breakers while we in here. And it might even go up higher, but definitely want to change that. You know what I mean? Use the 3 cap breakers to interceptor, silver. Your defense, you'll be a little bit more solid on the D. That's just me personally. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Paint patroller, that's cool, bronze. You know what I mean? You can use a max on that too, because you got 4 different maxes. So if you're doing what you need to do out there, you'll be able to have that plus some cap breakers. You know what I mean? And get your build really, really efficient out there. You feel me? Now, as far as offensive rebounding, you're small forward, but offensive rebound is at 80. That's pretty solid. You'll be grabbing boards. You got silver, box out rebound chaser. Now the defensive rebounding is kind of low, but you there. You know what I mean? You're a small forward, so you'll be able to get the ball. I'm sure you're not gonna get over the power forward or the center, but if you want to park, you'll be able to grab the ball. You know what I mean? You won't be tenacious, but you can get down there and box out and get it done. If you want to, me personally, this is tough. This is tough right here, because I would tell you to do something, but I would probably keep that there. Now, as far as the finishing, your close shot fire, your driving layup is a 70, your driving dunk is a 82, right? Now, you got the 82. Remember, 87 is where it's gonna take you to posterize on silver, and you get them cool animations. You know what I mean? Then I would do that. If I got cap breakers, let's see, you use 1 cap breaker there on your 3-point already. Then you use another 3, so you ain't really got cap breakers. If you want to, you can max +1 to that, the posterizer, because you got area where you throw the lob up, you lit. Now standing dunk, you know what I mean? You're not really there for the standing dunk like that. You know what I mean? You got post control, you got hook specialist, post up poet, unpluckable. I like certain things about this build. I definitely like certain things about this build. You got all around, you got some offense, you can get some stops, you got a little rebounding on this build. The speed on this build is an 81, that's all right. The agility probably should be a little bit more. You know what I mean? But you still got like 2-3 cap breakers to use if you choose to. The strength on this build, you got brick wall on silver. That's solid. Brick wall on silver, immovable force, silver, physical finisher. You got that. That's always a plus. Post lockdown silver, post powerhouse. So you got strength on the build, strong handles on gold. Pretty much overall, it's a solid build. You know what I mean? There's some things you might want to touch up on this build, but this is a solid build. You got pogo stick on gold, so if you're jumping, you know what I mean? And if you use 3 on there, 3 more cap breakers on, you know what I mean? If you want to, if you decide to use that, then you can have pogo stick, which nobody really never uses, but so you could probably use a max +1 on there or something like that. I know I said a couple max +1s a few times, but just give you options, you know what I mean? But overall, it's a pretty solid build. There's some things I would, get, touch up. That's just me though. Now, look, you got your archetype, a shot erasing sharpshooter. You got shades of Glenn Robinson, Cooper Flagg, Paul Pierce. You know what I mean? You already know what Paul Pierce was doing out there, man. And your go-to badge is Diamond, Area Wizard, Pogo Stick. Top attributes is block, mid-range shot, 3-pointer. Your strength is mid-range assassin, rainmaker when it's hot, elite chase down blocker. Now your weaknesses is lets wings sneak freely after shots. So, you know how that go, man. You know what I mean? That's the only weakness you got to it. I'm sure that's on the defensive side of things. You know what I mean? But you can always tighten that up. You know what I mean? Get that right. Yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this build, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, man. You know what I mean? Let's keep the dialogue going, the conversation flowing, man. Hey, I got a song out right now. It's called Yeah, You Got It. We dropping a video soon, man. Y'all tapping with that. I love y'all. I'm out of here. Go listen and let me know what y'all think, man. You know what I mean?
You see the drip, I'm signing autographs, I'm taking pics, I'm in my bag, I got some tricks, I do a jab, and then I switch, I tell them don't talk about it, be about it, cause you ain't on my level, man, I doubt it, if I don't get this bucket, I'ma crash out, as soon as he see my numbers, he just passed out, and said, yeah, you got it, yeah, you got it, I'm shuffling, I go Rain Man on them like I'm Sean.